So what is advertising? What is advertising? Advertising, the definition for advertising, in my own words, I would say advertising is exhibiting information or provisioning information in a place or in such a way where it is accessible, where people can find that information easily when they need it. In terms of advertising your business, we just want to keep it real simple, not make this video too professional, but just make it down to earth. I'm sitting right here, sitting on a chair, talking to you, telling you what this business is and how it works. Because we are in the real world, I'm in the real world, out there dealing with people and physically involved in advertising and in getting people's business out there. So we're going to tell you how it works. First of all, advertising is broken down in two parts. Two types of advertising you have. You have one type of advertising that works and one type of advertising that doesn't work. This means that you cannot ever advertise every business the same way. It's going to depend on what you're trying to accomplish and who are you targeting, who are your people, who are the main people that you're targeting, what are you trying to accomplish with your advertising, and you have to structure your advertising strategically around that, or else you're going to be spending a lot of money, thousands and thousands of dollars, and not accomplish anything. It's not about what you spend, because you spend $5,000, it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna make anything out of it. It's about how you plan your advertising. What's your strategy? One of the main thing, the first thing to know, in the real world of business, I mean, we can say anything we want and talk about advertising, and we can come up with all this fancy stuff and fancy ideas and lay them out and hold big meetings and seminars and make us look all organized and all professional, which is all nice. But in reality, when you're really trying to accomplish your goal, when your money is spent on you out there in the grass, you have to get something that works. One of the main things to understand about advertising, and as we all know, all of us as business people or who have experience running a business, is that the best form of advertising is word of mouth advertising. Somebody who experienced your service, who tells it to somebody else, and the word goes around, and over the years, that's the core principle in building a business, through word of mouth advertising. What is the best way to handle word of mouth advertising and to manage word of mouth advertising? You're going to need an electronic business card for that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So we talk about what advertising doesn't work for some businesses. It's not everything is going to work for everything. If you're advertising a bail bondsman services, don't run ad on the radio, because you're not going to get any benefit from that. Don't leave your business card in places. What you need to be in a strategic location where people can find you and see you when they need you. And you're also going to need a good web setup. Definitely a good web setup that's mobile. That's how you advertise a bail bondsman service in terms of advertising. And of course, a lot is going to go by word of mouth, because, I mean, if you're a bail bondsman service, how bad can your service be? I mean, what kind of deal can you offer? It's the same 10% the person is going to have to pay, and the rules and the values are the same, because you're doing certain things by law. So it's not much room for error there. Your service is not much better than anybody else's service. So what you have to do is to get it out there. You have to have a website. You got to have a mobile setup. You got to be visible on the web. You got to have an electronic card, first thing. So that is how you'd advertise a bail bondsman services. A restaurant doesn't need too much advertising, other than the fact that you have to show your food to people, let them see what it looked like before they buy. So then you're gonna need some type of setup, some type of digital setup to run your menu and TV, which Mopass, offer that. But from mopass.net you can get that. And pretty much the food that you cook, it's what you do within the kitchen. That's what's gonna establish that business, like over the years. So saying all this, it's different strokes for different folks, different type of advertising. You don't do, if you're gonna put your business on, because it's a very popular form of advertising now, where people are putting their businesses on restaurant menu, on the mat of restaurant menu. You cannot put your business on the back of the mat, because then it's never gonna get seen. So you have to ask this person, where exactly is my ad gonna be placed? And if you're gonna be placing an ad on shopping carts and also all that stuff, has got to be strategic, and you have to make sense, because you will spend a lot of money, you will not get results from it, and you're gonna feel very, very discouraged and very, very pissed off that somebody ripped you off, but in fact you rip off yourself. And before we run out of time on this video, I'm just gonna say talk real quick about the main thing you need to advertise your business. Is gonna be an electronic card, because that's gonna handle your referrals and your person-to-person referral, and deals with your local networking and how you connect with your customer, how you reach your customer, how they reach you, all that good stuff is gonna be available in your electronic card. That is the common denominator of any advertising. You try that first, you do that first. It's very cheap to afford. It's about anywhere from $100 to $300, maybe $500 a year. You get that first for your advertising, and then you build your other advertising on top of that, whatever else you're gonna do. But that should be a common denominator, because it's not just about gaining customer, but it's about keeping customer. It's about being able to show your customer what you're doing, like in real time. With an electronic card, you can do that. To get an electronic card, you simply go to mopass.net. You can go to mopass.net and click on submit a Mopass card with SEO, something like that. You'll see the link. Or you can go directly to that page by going to mopass.net/submit.seo.php. That's mopass.net, that's mopass.net/submit.seo.php, and you can apply for your electronic card there. One of the reasons why an electronic card is also important in your business is because of everything right now that you do in terms of the web is have to be mobile, because the web right now is being viewed on a smartphone 95% of the time. The use of laptops and instruments like that is getting much lesser. So now you have to bring your web, you have to bring your business where it's happening. We have a generation of people coming right now out of school. The kids that are very savvy using their phone, those are going to be your customers in the future. So you have to be prepared for them. You have to be ahead of the game in business at all times. You cannot allow yourself to be left behind, because then you'll put yourself out of business. Anytime you allow your competitors to get ahead of you or to get too far of you, after a while your business is going to disappear. It's naturally, that's what's going to happen. If you already have your customers, don't get too comfortable to the place where you say, okay, we got this, we got customers, and I don't know what I'm going to do with customers. I have more customers than what I can handle, because that is going to change over the next few years if you don't have some type of mobile setup on the web. And the best way to manage that again is through a MoPass card, which I just told you the link to that, how you can get a MoPass card set up. You're gonna need that for your business first. Search engine visibility also comes with a MoPass card, of course. So if you want something, if you want to be visible on the web, the MoPass card is also going to take care of that. Radio advertising does work for some business. It's very expensive. You know, if you ever inquire about that, it is very expensive. One thing I can say to you is that if you're going to advertise, if you're going to pay for radio advertising for the month, the best way to go about that is to converge all of that advertising and do all that advertising in one day rather than spreading it over a month. Because the reason for that is that most of the time people hear this information being advertised on the radio is when they're driving. They don't have the time to write down phone numbers and to write down all that information within the few seconds that you have to advertise your business. Nobody does that. Nobody's gonna remember. Is gonna walk away remember all that information. It's not that they're not interested in your business, but they don't hear. And if they have to wait until the following day or a few more days to hear that information, then you lose the opportunity right there of gaining a customer. So then your best bet is to converge all your advertising in one day, one segment of time, and you just go out and you blast that your advertising on the minute and the hour and the minute and the hour, and send it out so much that people get a chance to hear and retain the information that they hear over the radio about your business. That works better than spreading out your advertising over the month. So if you're gonna do radio advertising, that's how you do it, and you'll get more results from that. You'll get better results from that than spreading out that information over a month period of time. I think I'm gonna leave it there right now. I'm not. It's a lot more I could say, but I don't want to go too much into search engine and search engine visibility. So my best recommendation right now is start your business off with an electronic card. If you're gonna build a website for your business, because more than likely it's gonna need one. If you're really serious about your business, you're gonna need a website. When you go to the link that I said to you, which is mopass.net/submit.seo.php, you can also get a website. There's a link there. You can order a website, have that set up, because you're gonna need a website for your business, one that's also visible on the web. And the earlier you get your website built, the better it's gonna be for your business, because the longer you have your website, the greater the ranking have to develop over the years. And it's gonna be about the length of time that you have your website, the amount of hits, the amount of activity done on it. So all of that stuff out there. I want to thank you so much. My name is Delroy Young, and thanks. It was a pleasure talking with you.